Do you have a creepy babysitting story? Well, I've got one for you. We're going to call this girl Sarah, and we're going to call the little boy Timmy. So Sarah is a part of a Facebook community. That's her community, where it's like people looking for babysitters and people to clean and things like that. Well, she gets a ding one night and somebody's looking for a babysitter at the very last minute. They apologize that it's last minute, but their babysitter dropped out. And is she available? Because they really like her profile and, you know, her experience, because of course she's got that all on there. So anyways, she goes to this couple's house and she meets Timmy, and Timmy's excited. He cannot wait for her to start playing video games and all this other stuff. But the parents tell him, you know, hold up. So they run through the emergency contacts. They run through what Timmy's allowed to eat. They let her know all that babysitting stuff. So the parents finally leave, and she's playing with Timmy, and she notices that as it's getting closer to his bedtime, which is 9:30, he starts acting really weird. Like, he's just focused on this corner, but there's nothing in the corner. And she says, come on, Timmy, you know, we need to go to bed. 5 more minutes, please. You know how kids do. So she gives him the 5 more minutes. Finally, she gets him up the stairs to the bed. Everything seems fine, okay? He's sitting on the bed and he's staring at his closet door, which is a tiny bit open. And she's starting to freak out, but she's like looking over there and she doesn't see anything over there. All the lights are out. You know, she says to Timmy, would you like a glass of water? He says, no. Would you like me to leave the lights on? No, 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 no. So she says, okay, I'll be downstairs. So she goes downstairs to do some reading or homework or whatever. And all of a sudden she hears Timmy out of bed. And she's like, he must have got up to go to the bathroom. But then there was like a loud bang. And so she runs up the stairs, and guess what? Timmy's in bed and he's still sitting up, staring at that closet door. And she's like, what are you looking at? And he says, I didn't think that he would come back, but he's back. And she looks over to the closet door, and there is a literal eyeball staring at her from the closet. So what does she do? She grabs Timmy. She runs out of the house. She calls the police. They find a man in the house. This man had literal keys to get into the house. So when the parents finally came home, because this happened like several hours after he went to bed, when the parents came home, they literally acted like this was a normal thing. They barely spoke to this girl. She left like all freaked out, like what the hell just happened? And yeah, the police couldn't do anything because he had keys to that. What do you think was going to happen? Leave your comments. Bye.